Humanitarian Affairs, Chairperson of RRC, and all staff for efforts that they are doing to assist those who are suffering in South Sudan. Lord, bless this gathering and be with us up to end. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Chairperson of Relief and Rehabilitation Commission, my dear staff, the senior staff, the directors and all the staff, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor to be an undersecretary or part of the leadership that oversees the important handover ceremony of the generous donation of food assistance from the government and People's Republics of China. On behalf of the government, the leadership of the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, and the people of South Sudan, I would like to extend our sincere appreciation to the government of China for its continued friendship, solidarity, and unwavering support. To the people of South Sudan, at a time when many communities continue to face food shortages and other humanitarian challenges, this generous contribution reflects the strong partnership between our two countries and demonstrates China's commitment to supporting our humanitarian and food security efforts. Today, we are witnessing the handing over of the last consignment of 37 containers, which brings the two consignment of wheat, which amount to 1,628 metric tons. And the two consignment of rice amount to 1,628 metric tons, which was received previously, making the total of 3,256 metric tons of food donation from the People's Republic of China. This essential food donation will significantly contribute to strengthening food security and supporting our intended beneficiaries, who are the returnees, internally displaced persons, especially those who have been affected by the flood, the disabled persons, and vulnerable households across the country. The Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster Management and Relief and Rehabilitation Commission as implementing partners remain committed to ensuring that this donation is managed with transparency, accountability, and efficiency so that it reaches the intended beneficiaries and delivers the greatest possible impact. Your Excellency, the Ambassador of the People's Republic of China, today's ceremony is another testament to the enduring friendship and excellent bilateral relations between our two nations. We value this partnership and we look forward to continuing our collaborations in areas of mutual interest, including agriculture, food security, infrastructure, health, education, and economic development. Your Excellency, as I conclude, allow me once again to express our heartfelt gratitude to the government and people of the Republic of China for this generous donation and for standing with us during this critical time. Together, we can continue to build a future of shared prosperity, resilience, and lasting Thank you very much. In early July 2026, the 3,256 metric tons of rice and wheat provided by China had all been delivered to Juba. This food assistance marks a key step in implementing the 10 partnership actions unveiled at the 2024 Beijing Summit of the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation. It's also a vivid practice of China's commitment to building a community with a shared future for humanity. This achievement carries the sincere goodwill of the 1.4 billion Chinese people toward the South Sudanese people and demonstrates China's firm support of South Sudan in overcoming difficulties and achieving development. Affected by the frequent onset of natural disasters, South Sudan faces a grave food security situation. The Chinese people deeply empathize with the hardship currently facing the South Sudanese people. The plight of vulnerable communities touches our hearts. In times of difficulty, China has always stood with South Sudan and has never been absent. To ensure that the South Sudanese people receive food assistance at the earliest possible time, the Chinese embassy has worked with the South Sudanese government to distribute the 3 batches of supplies in the first half of this year. With a smooth handover of the 4th and final batch of food aid, China's firm commitment to honoring its promises and delivering on its words has once again been powerfully proved. Distinguished guests, China's assistance has always followed the principle of combining giving fish with teaching how to fish. Since South Sudan's independence, China has continuously provided complete facilities, technical cooperation, material assistance, and emergency humanitarian aid. We have helped build hospitals and schools and implemented livelihood projects such as borehole drilling and water supply, and road construction, all of which testify to the China-South Sudan friendship that endures through shared challenges. Since 2012, China has consistently offered capacity building training programs and government scholarships to South Sudan. To date, over 5,000 South Sudanese officials, technical personnel, and students have traveled to China for training and academic studies, including in the agriculture sector. These initiatives have contributed to building South Sudan's talent pool and enhancing its capacity of self-driven development. Dear friends, this year also marks the 105th anniversary of the founding of the Communist Party of China. Over the past century and more, the
CPC has remained unwavering in its commitment to pursuing happiness of the Chinese people and the rejuvenation of the Chinese nation. It's also dedicated to human progress and world harmony. China's development practice demonstrates that staying firmly on taking the path to modernization suited to our respective national conditions holds the key to national rejuvenation. China stands ready to share with South Sudan experience in governance and in poverty reduction and development. China is prepared to join hands with South Sudan under the guidance of the important consensus between our two heads of state to continue deepening practical cooperation across the board and to steadily elevate our strategic partnership to new heights and achieve even greater outcomes. To conclude, I sincerely wish the people of South Sudan a prosperous and fulfilling life, and may the friendship between China and South Sudan endure forever. Thank you, Shukran.
Directors, senior staff of the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and RRC, members of the media, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm humbled and honored to be a part of this graceful ceremony this morning. From the onset, I would like to congratulate the government and the People's Republic of China for having come this far amid difficult circumstances of limited financial resources globally. We are grateful to see China government maintain its attention to support the people of South Sudan who are affected by food insecurity in these difficult times in our country's history. Once again, on behalf of the Relief and Elevation Commission and on my own behalf, we are so happy and deeply grateful for these generous contributions and donations which benefited 48,000 of returnees, IDPs, and host communities in the country. And the breakdown, I cannot go to breakdown, has the food has been distributed towards these locations. Therefore, we have a total of 22 main centers and 975 sub-centers, plus 10 states and 3 unlimited areas, which has already received a total of 2,442 metric ton food, 814 metric ton each, on 3 phases, and which include the base-based organizations and opening centers. Ladies and gentlemen, the humanitarian situation in this country, South Sudan, remain dire and continue to deteriorate due to growing food insecurity, the impact of refugees from the Sudan, and the increment of IDPs in the country. There is also a widespread loss of livelihood due to conflicts in pockets of the country and climate shocks, as well as increase of cases of cholera outbreak in most parts of South Sudan. This factor put millions of people in need of humanitarian assistance. Due to the U.S. global funding cut, in which South Sudan is one of the beneficiaries, the government of the Republic of South Sudan and partners must encourage and engage the citizens to implement gradually the resilient program by 100% rate and reduce the dependency syndromes and to capitalize on the huge agricultural potential to increase food security and sustainable livelihood, despite the looming threats on the horizon. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm indeed profoundly grateful for the government and the people of the Republic of China for their dedication, commitment, and persistence to the cause of humanity. One of the most important humanitarian partners and donors in the country, I'm optimistic that through his able ambassador, will continue this noble cause to fight hunger and poverty, year in and year out, until the South Sudanese people realize the potential and stand their ground to defeat hunger and poverty through resilient program. The government of the Republic of South Sudan is committed to work together with Nigerian and development partners to make a big impact on eradicating hunger and poverty, improving livelihood, and gearing toward the implementation of global solution strategies and resilient programs across the country. Ladies and gentlemen,
It is in this regard that I stand before you today and appeal to all of you to continue the fight against natural disasters, conflicts, and displacement, such that we focus on saving lives, to reduce the suffering, and maintain human dignity. Humanitarian action requires a framework in which to act. That is why we are here today to act and to witness this humble donation ceremony. Before the end of this year, we will be experiencing a lot of crises that will make our people more vulnerable, like induced climate impact that cause severe flooding and drought, which will result into a massive displacement. If we continue, if we will have a drought as predicted, crops will be damaged, displacement will occur, an increase of disease risk will be imminent. At the same time, if we are expecting a drought as predicted, water scarcity, livestock loss, and malnutrition will come with it. Therefore, building warning system and preventive intervention to reduce vulnerability and protect food security before crises occur is a collective action between the people, the government, and the partners. It is the right time to position resources now to fight those impending crises. Some of the key challenges that we have encountered during the distribution exercise. Generally, food distribution to internally displaced persons, IDP and Chinese and host community faced a lot of hurdles, primarily driven by severe shortfalls, surging of number of vulnerable arriving from Sudan conflict and from some states of South Sudan, in addition to the high rocketing food prices in Europe. This compound factor leaves humanitarian agencies to struggle to meet even the most basic needs. Many displaced persons rarely entirely on food aid because they lack access to agricultural land or income generating opportunities in Juba. In the capital Juba alone, distributing supply to various makeshift centers and their sub-centers is often complicated by poor roads, infrastructure, high food prices, difficulties in verification of newly undocumented refugee centers, and payment of protests, just to name a few. In conclusion, now that we have challenged and opportunity ahead of us, let us move forward with commitment to return the challenge to opportunities. Thank you very much, and I look forward to see the positive change we create together to free South Sudan from hunger and poverty. This effort made by Chinese government is clearly marked in our heart and continue this humanitarian journey to save lives. Congratulations.
Excellency, Ambassador, the songs and dances that you have seen now represents the people of South Sudan. The Acholi dancers have performed dances for Greater Equatoria and Greater Upper Nile as we dances. And our Undersecretary have just brought songs that represents the Greater Barghazal. This is South Sudan. And on behalf of all of them, we are appreciating your support to all people of South Sudan. So Your Excellency Ma Qiang, Ambassador of the People's Republic of China to the Republic of South Sudan, Honorable General Stephen Gach, the Chairperson of Relief and Rehabilitation Commission, RRC, Honorable Makuch, the Deputy Chairperson of RRC, and the Chairperson of Distribution Committee. Honorable Mary Akol, she's not here. We wish her a good health. The technical advisor to the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, my elder brother, Abuna Chanachwil. Of course, I'm not your elder, it is you who is my elder. Yes, my elder brother, Abuna, Honorable Chanachwil, the Undersecretary of the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster Management, and of course the ED of the RRC, all the DGs that are here from both the institutions, RRC and the ministry, and I mean also to recognize the other senior staff and all the staff of two institutions that are here. Distinguished guests, members of media, thank you for your coverage. Ladies and gentlemen, this is now good afternoon. It is really my great honor and privilege to stand before you here as we witness yet another significant demonstration of the enduring friendship and strategic partnership between the Republic of South Sudan and the People's Republic of China. Today's official handover of 3,256 metric tons of food assistance, both wheat and rice, represents far more than humanitarian assistance. Ambassador, this is far than humanitarian assistance. It is a powerful symbol of solidarity, compassion, and genuine friendship at a time when many South Sudanese families continue to face extraordinary hardship. This generous contribution comes at a time when our country is confronted by multiple and overlapping humanitarian crises. Climate change has become one of the greatest threats to the livelihood of our people. Recurrent floods and droughts continue to affect more than 1 million South Sudanese every year, destroying homes, farms, roads, and other critical infrastructure while severely undermining food security. This year, Ambassador, forecasts indicate that the impact of drought may exceed that of flooding in many parts of South Sudan. At the same time, The conflict in the neighboring Republic of Sudan since April 2023 has forced more than 1.4 million people to flee to South Sudan, of whom about 67% are South Sudanese returnees. This unprecedented influx has placed enormous pressure on our already stretched humanitarian resources and public service and host communities. In addition, hundreds of thousands of our citizens have been affected by internal conflicts, particularly in eastern Jonglei recently. These challenges are further compounded by economic hardship that continue to affect vulnerable households across the country. Together, these realities call for stronger partnerships, greater international solidarity, and sustained humanitarian support. Your Excellency. This donation is a direct response to the appeal made by the government of the Republic of South Sudan to its international partners and friends, including the People's Republic of China. We are deeply grateful that China has once again responded with generosity, promptness, and unwavering commitment. Allow me, on behalf of His Excellency General Salva Kiir Mayardit, the President of the Republic of South Sudan, and of course, the people of South Sudan, especially the millions of vulnerable women, men, and children who stand to benefit from this assistance, to express our profound appreciation to the government and to the people of the People's Republic of China for this timely and life-saving support. China has consistently stood with the people of South Sudan in times of need. Year by year, year after year, whenever disaster strikes, China has remained among our most reliable partners by providing both food and non-food items of humanitarian assistance. Such consistency demonstrates a friendship built not merely on words, but on meaningful action and unwavering solidarity. Of course, Your Excellency, you also, China support us in capacity building. Because currently, you are supporting us on first responders, capacity building in emergency rescue and humanitarian action disaster management. We also thank you for that, because it is not only relief that you are supporting us, but also you are supporting us in humanitarian sector in capacity building. As our chairperson of RRC said, we are moving from relief to resilience. So capacity building is one of the most important pillars on that. Your Excellency, Ambassador, please accept our sincere gratitude, not only for representing your great nation with the distinction, but also for your personal commitment and leadership in advocating continued humanitarian support for the people of South Sudan. Your dedication has strengthened the bonds between our two countries and brought hope to the thousands of vulnerable families. So we sincerely thank you. Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, the government of the Republic of South Sudan remains fully committed to ensuring that this assistance reaches its intended beneficiaries with transparency, accountability, and fairness. For the effective implementation, the donation food was divided into 4 phases of distribution. I am pleased to report that through the Relief and Rehabilitation Commission, the first 3 phases have already been successfully delivered to internally displaced persons, returnees, and vulnerable host communities in Juba, across the states and the 3 administrative areas in our country. I wish to commend the fourth and final phase will be implemented with the same level of professionalism, transparency, and accountability. I wish to commend the chairperson of the Relief and Rehabilitation Commission, my brother, General Honorable Stephen Kweth-Gach, together with the entire distribution team, led by Honorable Ma Qiang, Deputy Chairperson of RRC, for their dedication, professionalism, and tireless efforts in ensuring the successful implementation of the first 3 phases, despite numerous logistical and operational challenges. Thank you, my brother. The team worked under extremely difficult circumstances, fully aware that the humanitarian needs continue to far exceed the resources available. Your Excellency, despite the fact that you always come for rescue and support to the vulnerable people of South Sudan, we also see that the resources available are not enough to the needy people. Yet they remain steadfast in ensuring that the available assistance reach those who need it most. So I congratulate all of you on a job exceptionally well done, Honorable Chairperson. I want also to commend, because this work is for all of us, the RRC and the ministry. So all of us, we have been involved. So I want to commend the coordination and effective supervision provided by Honorable Ma Qiang, the technical advisor, and my elder brother, Abuna Honorable William Chanachil, the Undersecretary of the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster Management. My sincere appreciation also goes to Mr. Betty Scopas, Director General for Early Warning System, whose outstanding contribution between the ministry, outstanding coordination between the ministry and the Embassy of the People's Republic of China ensured the successful arrival and smooth handing over of this important humanitarian assistance today. So, DG Betty, thank you very much for what you have done. Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, of course I cannot forget to also appreciate all the staffs that are involved in the distribution and handling, starting from the ED of RRC, the committee members, and our security personnel that are always according this job with the needed protection, including the last person in the distribution team. I want to give you a special thanks. Please continue with that spirit of cooperation so that we make sure we support our people. Our people are looking at us, we are the hope for them. When they see us handling the little we get, they will have hope that tomorrow they will get out from that vulnerability. Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, as we prepare for the upcoming flood season, while continuing to respond to persistent drought and other humanitarian emergencies, the needs of our people remain immense, as I stated. We therefore respectfully appeal to the government of the People's Republic of China to continue standing with the people of South Sudan during this critical time, Your Excellency Ambassador. This support is particularly important as our country prepares to conduct its first ever democratic general elections in December 2026. Peaceful elections require stable communities. They also require that internally displaced persons, returnees, and other vulnerable populations receive the humanitarian assistance necessary to enable them to return voluntarily to their places of origin in safety, dignity, and hope. Humanitarian assistance is therefore not only about saving lives today, it is also an investment in peace, stability, resilience, and democratic transition tomorrow. As I conclude, Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, the challenges before us are immense, but they are not insurmountable. With continued partnership, mutual respect, and shared responsibility, we can build a South Sudan where no family goes hungry, where displaced people regain their dignity, where communities become more resilient to future shocks, and where sustainable peace and development becomes reality. Let today's ceremony stand as another enduring testament to the strong and growing relationship between the Republic of South Sudan and the People's Republic of China, a relationship founded upon mutual respect, solidarity, friendship, and our shared commitment to improving the lives of our peoples. Once again, to the government and the people of the People's Republic of China, we extend our deepest gratitude for this generous gesture of friendship and humanity. May the friendship between our two nations continue to flourish for generations to come. Before I conclude, I want to express my sincere thanks to Acholi dance group because they always entertain us. My brother, the head of the team, we always invite you because we see the symbol of unity, the symbol of culture of South Sudanese, and also to show our brothers in China that this is how we are happy as South Sudanese, especially the vulnerable groups that always benefit from what you brought. So with this, although we have nothing to offer much, but a token of appreciation, we can give it to you so that at least you use it to wash your clothes. We pledge 2.5 million SSP so that you support yourself. I thank you very much, and God bless all of you. God bless South Sudan. Thank you.